What's up everybody and welcome back. So in this video we are going to take a look at anchors and pivots. So right here I have this scene setup. Canvas is set to constant pixel size and we have these images. So let's focus on this image. So if we zoom in, you will see this round icon here. So this is the pivot. It means this is the center of that image. And now if you click on this rect tool, you will see not only this pivot, but you will also see these four markers. So these are the anchors. Okay, so now if we scale our screen, you can see that the black image disappears. Okay, because right now the anchors are set to center. Okay, but we have changed this image from center to this bottom column. So what anchor does, so let me click on the image, then click on the rect tool, and we can drag these and put it on these corners here. Okay, so what these anchors means, now no matter what the screen size is, this image should always be at exact position of the screen. So let me go right here. So now if we resize, you can see the image is staying at the exact position because we have set it the anchors. Now you can see this image will be always at that position. Now there are two cases. So you might be wondering that what is this distance? Do we have position X, position Y, width and height? Okay, so so there are two cases actually. One when the anchors are joined together, and one when the anchors are separated. So when I separate this, you will see the values will be changing. So let's do that. Now when the anchors are separated and not joined together, what this distance will tell you, now this left will tell you the distance between these anchors and the left. So if I change it right here, so this is now the left is telling us that the left side of the image, the graphic, has a distance of 14.5 from these anchors point. Okay, now if let's set the left to 0, you will see now our left side is aligned with the left side of the anchors. Same with the top. So on the top it's showing 7.3. It means that this top side has the distance of 7.3 from these anchors. Okay, so if we set that to 0, you can see now the left and top both are 0. Now the right and bottom, so if we set right to 0, you can see the distance is 0. Same if we set bottom to 0, now the distance between the anchors and these points are 0. Now this is the first case. So now when these anchors are joined together, now then they will show you the distance between this pivot and the anchor. Okay, so on the x-axis the distance is 28.5. so from this pivot to that we have the distance of 28.5. so now we can also change the position of the pivot by using these two values, or we can simply drag it. So now you can see the position is indicating the on the x-axis from these pivots, from these points to the pivot, the distance is 47.11. okay. Now the pivot value, if we set it to 0.5 on both x and y axis, this will be the center. Now if we set x to 0, so on the x axis you can see it is, the value is 0 here. So the x 0 of x is at here at this point, and 1 of x is at that point. So if we set 0 of y, so 0 of y is here and 1 of y is at the top. So if you can see right here. Now the pivot is a very useful when it comes to animating an object. The pivot is very helpful, so it is important to understand this, how it works. So let's set it to 0.5 and 0.5 on both instances. Now if I set this pivot to right here, and if I rotate, the image will be rotating according to the pivot. Okay, so let's put this pivot to 0.5. Now if we rotate, it will rotate around its center. Now another thing about the pivot is, so when you, let's say the scale, when you scale the image, so if I scale, you can see it is scaling on all of the sides, because pivot is the reference point, so it will scale alongside by the pivot. So because the center pivot is in the center, so it will grow at all sides. So what if we change this pivot? So we are going to click on the rect tool, and if I change the pivot to this point, and now if I scale, you will see the image will grow. This pivot will be the fixed point and it will grow all the other sides. So let's put the pivot to that point, and if we put it right here, now you can see it is scaling alongside with the pivot. So let's put these anchors at the correct position, and now the image will stay the same size and at the corner here. Okay, so if I want this image to be always at this top point, we have some presets here. So right now you can see it is getting the preset. So if I click on it, hold shift alt and click on that, you will see the pivot is now shifted from this corner to that corner. Okay, so that's it for this video guys, and I will see you in the next video.